brothers and sisters of the world. I really fucked it up.
I mean, there's nothing else in the expectations of it in everyone's mind.
I had 3 months to prep for this moment and I fucked it up.
Oh, we act shocked now. We knew we'll fuck it up. How are you, bro?
I am swell. How are you?
After the win tonight in the Champions League, I'm pretty well. It has been like the light at the end of the tunnel after months of suffering, I would say. I don't think there's like more than 10 people on any single platform in the world that are excited to talk about Inter this season or talk about football in general. But after the tonight's match and win against Porto in the Champions League, 1-0 at Malta, we're kind of doing not that bad.
Could be worse. Definitely could be worse. To be honest, this match, such a shit show. I think we should have won by more.
I agree with you. I think there were so many chances by us, and especially in the last like 10 minutes with Porto receiving the red card and else. The game switched up really, really, really fast, and we got so many chances in the last 10 minutes. And Lukaku scoring he's just a form. Like
Lukaku turning up once in 3 months. We turn up once in 3 months. What else do you want?
Yo, that's so poetic because I think this is his second match in the Champions League, both against Pilsen and now. Both of them off of the bench, as I said, and he scored two goals in 2 matches, basically.
Let's see. Yeah.
Key.
two goals.
Crucial fucking player.
He scores every 22 minutes in the Champions League. What a man. Mr. Champions League. Ronaldo who? He saw the numbers and ran to Saudi Arabia.
That's jokes. But like, going back to the match, today's match against Porto has been really, really interesting, and I've been excited about the match because there's nothing to be excited about in Serie A. We already know who's gonna win the league. There's like 15 points difference between Inter and Napoli.
I think so, yeah. Too much.
And is there anything to be excited about except the Champions League? So what was the perception going into the match against Porto today? What were your expectations in a sense?
Honestly, I saw the kind of form that Porto are in. Porto are, let's see, win, draw, win. So basically the last time they lost was the 21st of October.
But to be fair, they were playing against basically semi-pro players over there in the Liga NOS in Portugal.
Do we not do the same?
I mean, we are far better over in Italy. You know, it's just fun to see how teams like Porto perform in the Champions League because they're so composed and positive, and I don't know what else. Like they play with such a swag in the Portuguese league, and in the Champions League they were throughout the match really like relaxed and going to the match, having chances. But as soon as they got the red card, which by the way was provoked, the first yellow card for Otavio was provoked by Bastoni, if you remember.
Otavio.
Yeah, when he shoved him after the fair play or not respecting the fair play. So it's interesting to see how teams like Porto perform in the Champions League. But Inter has been surprising today, I must say.
I don't know how we didn't concede. I thought for sure we're going to concede and score. That was on my parlay as well, but we're not going to talk about that. That triple chance they had, first it was blocked and then Onana did a double save and then it was cleared as well. I don't know how we didn't concede there.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That chance was fucking awful for
Yeah,
them. How the
yeah.
fuck did we do that? I don't understand.
That's what happens when you play against semi-professionals the whole season.
Both of them were semi-professionals, to be quite honest.
True.
Who was on your parlay? City to win, I guess.
It's City to win and thus both teams to score and Inter to win.
Oh my god! Come on, that's unrealistic.
Well, for us to concede.
For us to score.
I mean, yeah, but it's the Champions League.
Yeah, exactly. Like
We've been doing better in the Champions League than we've been in the league.
yeah, but like you're not playing with Inez every week. You're playing against actual like champions of their leagues. Someone that has confidence and not someone that has fucking I don't know 10 Balkan players in their team.
Fix your mic. Your mic's going a bit wonky.
No, sorry. I've been
True, but still, I mean, considering the last few months that were happening for Inter, I mean, it's been quite a while since we lost. 23rd of January against Empoli was the last loss. It's been a while since we've been on. This is the first episode of the year.
oh my god. Are we on par to win the league? Yo, imagine. Just imagine.
First of all, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Your microphone is still shit.
Fuck off. I don't know
It's like
what's happened.
static.
Still,
Whenever you talk.
I don't know what to say.
Neither do I. I'm at a loss of words.
I'm at a loss of words as well. There's nothing else to say except that we're excited. Excited for the season to come.
I mean, to be fair, we have won the Supercopa already this year. A fantastic 3-0 win.
Oh, I forgot about that, if I'm being honest.
It was a fantastic game. We won 3-0. We derailed Milan's season. Since that match, let me look it up. Since that match, Milan have lost 3 in a row. 4-0 to Lazio, 5-2 to Sassuolo. I think we all remember that one. They lost against us in the league as well, 1-0. And now 3 wins, but that doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter because everyone's in shambles, I think. There's not a single club except Napoli that's in a good position, I think.
And you know who predicted that? This guy. I said before the World Cup that I was afraid Spalletti usually breaks down after 3 to 4 months, correct? It was 3 months, then they had a big fuck off break, and now it's going to be another 3 to 4 month cycle.
I mean, everyone said that. Don't take credit about that. Come on.
I said it first. I said it here. I have it documented on YouTube.
You can go back and search for it. I don't think you'll find it. I'll make sure to delete that part. But the funny thing is, like, as I mentioned, like, Juventus is fucked. And it's like, what, in 9th place? I think they're still gonna do something like, I don't know, big, I would say.
We missed so much, realistically. Juventus is now 7th. They got a 15-point deduction.
Yes.
It was rumored they're going to get another one. I haven't been keeping up with what's happening. I don't know if they're still going to get a 15 or another 15-point deduction.
I don't trust that. I don't believe that.
I saw rumors that Napoli's going to get it, so that means that we're going to win the Scudetto.
No way.
What else happened? Roma's been on fire. Roma's 3rd currently. Doing good.
But it's Roma.
True, but still they're 3rd. Above Milan.
No one's shocked.
True.
What do you expect when you have the same? Bro, Pioli is gonna get the sack. And I think it's like 2 years after we predicted that he's gonna get the sack. But at least he's getting the sack.
Pioli's got the sack. Na.
Pioli is on fire. Yeah.
Pioli is fired.
Do you have any issues with today's game?
Any issues with today's game?
Yeah.
Honestly, not really. I mean, it's the best we could be doing with what we're doing, is it not? Maybe I would have started Brozovic. But then who do you take out? Mkhitaryan's been playing well. I think he deserves to play. Kalanoglu, we all know he can play in the Brozovic role now. Barella's been doing Barella. Can't really take him out.
Right.
Maybe Dumfries instead of Darmian, but still you need Darmian on the right. Dumfries has been kind of poo-poo since the World Cup, so I think all things considered it was good. You know, you can't even really play anyone instead of Dzeko up top, so it is what it is. We're doing the most with what we can.
What do you make of Acerbi? And because like he's coming in the summer to be the replacement for like basically any of our center backs, and he turned to be the main center back alongside Skriniar and Bastoni.
We don't talk about one of those two. I love Acerbi since he was at Sassuolo. I wanted him to.
Agreed.
I loved him since way back. I would have signed him long ago, but then he had to join the fascists up in the capital. So it's, I mean, to see him perform perfect, amazing, great, bosh, bang, you know, everything, all that, but it's just a shame that he's getting on in age. But how old is Acerbi?
I think like
Acerbi is 35 already. He just had his birthday 12 days ago. 12 days ago. So it's a shame that our best defender is approaching the final year. Our second best defender is leaving for the smelly Frenchman. One of the better young defenders is still here.
Your captain, some would say, Il Capitano.
Il Capitano Samir Handanovic.
Oh no. We all know who the real captain is. Mr. PSG.
Well, right now it's Lautaro, so.
Well, I don't think we've had like 3 captains that were actually like, oh, he's the captain, Handanovic, when the season started. Then, oh, it's Skriniar, it's for sure Skriniar. And then like, oh, it's Lautaro, and for years to come, it's going to be Lautaro. It's like...
I wouldn't say that too quick.
I mean, who else? Like, in this team, who else?
The question is, who's going to stay? Who's the next to be sold? Tune in next time on Zangrolet. I mean, you know...
Who's going to leave on free is the question.
True. When does Bastoni's contract end?
Imagine, like, next season.
I mean,
I would actually, like, fuck this thing.
What are your thoughts about Skriniar leaving?
I thought I would be more sad, but I'm not. I'm not even upset because you cannot blame him. We are fed up that we are watching the game on TV, and he's every day with the team. He's spending, time and time again with every single one of the player. And after winning the Scudetto, instead of investing and trying to better the team, and if you cannot do that, just sell the team. Zhang didn't do that, and the team is obviously going backwards. And they have to sell players every single season. And why would anyone stay when there's I think he's 95, so he's 28 this season. So this is his last big contract. You can go fuck off to PSG, earn more money, earn the signing bonus, and anything that comes along with it. So basically, he's getting let's say 10 million signing bonus and 3 million or 4 million more on salary every single season. There's basically 30 million over 5 years. Like, why would you refuse that to play with better teammates? So I think, as I always said and as always pointed out, I think the first in line to blame when shit like this happens are the owners if they're not investing or they seem uninterested, which this is the case, the prime example. And second in order, I think, is the management. We've seen Marotta doing wonders and keeping the players when we won the Scudetto. But when you're given a pile of shit, you cannot do a tasteful cake or whatever with it. So he's not to blame. I think Junk is the only one to blame, because if there was a real investment and real interest in the team, Ken would be the captain now, and we would not be discussing him leaving on a free.
See, interesting, because I blame all three of them. First of all, Zank for not investing basically said, when was it when he said, like, when you leave the party, leave €5 in the. It starts there, it starts with the mentality you do online as well. When clips of that shit come out, then management as well, obviously, like you say, you're not gonna sell them, and then you spend the whole summer like window shopping for other center backs, and then basically saying, oh, you can have him for 40, or now it's 35 and now it's 30. It's these things. But in the end of the day, Skriniar as well, how many times has he said he wants to stay? He's a fucking millionaire. It's fuck off money to him compared to us normal mortals.
I mean, you say that and we say that, but there's actually people earning billions on a daily level, on a daily basis, and they still want to make more money. So can you really blame Skriniar for wanting to leave?
No,
the only thing he's really replacing is the team. He's still living in a huge city. He's playing with fucking world class players. He's not playing with Edin Dzeko and with all due respect, Acerbi and Mkhitaryan and Dumfries. He's like playing with champions. Like, you cannot blame that. I feel it's not even a blame. I don't think. I was the feeling that I'm really indifferent towards him. Like, I don't hate him. I don't like him no more because of that. I'm just indifferent. I thought there would be more whistles by the crowd, to be quite honest, and there are none that I have heard. And that's, I think, an indicator of the environment, at least in Milano.
I think we've just become kind of numb to the feeling of a big player leaving us. We all loved Icardi one time, and then shit happened. We all loved Lukaku, and then he left. And then we all loved Hakimi, and he left. We all loved Eriksen, and then that happened. So I think we're just all a bit numb by what's been going on with players leaving. The only thing that I would do, though, this might be a bit controversial given all the things that have happened since we've been on. I still would have put him up on the stands and not play him until the rest of the season.
It's not controversial. I would have done the same. If I was in charge and everything depended on me, I would have done the same, basically. Like, that's the only way that you can pay him. I know the season basically depends on players like him, because there are no actual center backs besides Acerbi on the bench, and he's playing. So you have to decide whether you want to be stubborn or whether you want to be reasonable and use the resources to the fullest.
But see, the thing is, right, what's going to happen at the end of the season anyway? We're not going to win the Champions League. At best, we win the we win the Copa.
Wait, do you really know we're not going to win the Champions League?
Okay, if we do, I'll do some stupid shit on camera. We can decide later what's it going to be. But if we do, I'll do some stupid shit on camera.
What does that include? Because we'll forget about this in months time.
I don't know. What is like a clickbaity thing that we can do?
Can you first of all hit your head against the wall
Oh, I just had a concussion this week. I don't think that's gonna
Oh
stop.
my god!
I was playing
I think
football
that's
and
the bad timing.
I fell on the pavement with
Oh,
with
you can now play the NFL with that concussion.
true concussion protocol. Yes, I can do
I don't
that.
know. Uh, what else can you hit your like a small toe on from
Let's
the
discuss this at the end of the episode before I forget,
okay.
because my memory's going away slowly. Chat, leave it in the comments what you want me to do. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so well, even if okay, we're not going to win the Champions League. Even if we win the Copa, we're not going to win the Serie A. Realistically, we're still going to have to sell players. It doesn't even fucking matter if we finish second or fourth, which I think even without Skriniar, we'd finish fourth. It doesn't fucking matter if he plays or not. It doesn't matter what we do. We're still going to have to sell players. I think, as much as it pains me, we're going to have to sell Brozovic because Kahyanoglu basically replaced him. But even then, Kahyanoglu has been asking for $6 million a year contract now. He wants an improved contract, and we all know we can't afford that. So maybe it's going to be Kahyanoglu who's going to leave. We don't know. We don't know.
Is it really a sad thing if Brozovic leaves the club, considering he doesn't give a shit? It looks like he went to the old, same old Brozovic from before Spalletti, and I think most importantly of all, he didn't play for Inter throughout the season. He was always injured. And then as soon as the World Cup was around the corner, he seemed to be healed and playing 90 minutes for Croatia. And then as soon as the World Cup fucked off, guess who's injured again? Guess who's not playing? And we basically have, what, 3 players in the first team that actually should not be starting for the team, or we didn't believe they would start. I would say Acerbi is the first one, Mkhitaryan is the second one, and Dzeko as the third one.
Fair point.
So basically we have 3, and even Dumfries if you consider him starting.
He's basically a bench player now. Anyway, is he not? I mean, Darmian replaced him.
I agree with you, but before the season started, if we would create a starting 11 with the best players, he would be in it, as well as Gosens. So there's like 5 players out of the 11 that are basically, let's say, bench warmers at the beginning of the season. And I think, although second place is just, as you said, just same shit as fourth place, I think we should try to keep the head high, to keep pushing. And it's Italy, you never know. Like there could be a scandal in May and Napoli are deducted 50 points. Like that wouldn't surprise me, if I'm being honest. If you said this in June, oh, this and that happened, I would be like, yeah, of course it's Italy. It's like nothing. Then Juventus got deducted 15 points at 10-11 p.m. on a fucking, I don't know, Friday night.
True.
The most random news ever.
True. I mean, like, just to answer your original question, of course, like you said, to see Brozovic go, he's Croatian. Even though I'm Slovenian, I still, I like the guy. I'm proud of what he's done with Croatia. I really, he's one of my favorite players. He started in the banter era. It's been 8 years now since he's been with us. So from that point alone, I'd be sad to see him go. But even if we won the Serie A, we'd still have to sell. Do we all remember what happened after we won the Copa? We sold Lukaku for 110 million. We sold Hakimi for, 60 million. Conte left because of that. We're talking about minimal figures, whilst we still have to rack up God knows how much money. And the one player that we couldn't afford to keep, that we could have sold, that clubs were willing to pay big money for, is now going on a free. It's like, there you go.
The only thing that can actually revive the club and you know put the club back on the right track is actually selling the club. There's nothing else. There's nothing as an alternative. Like we can talk about it for 10 days and 10 nights. That's the fact. We cannot afford anyone. We have to sell players. The only thing is to sell the club and find someone that actually is interested into investing. That's it. There's nothing else.
I saw some. I saw something that was like, if we get the new stadium approved,
Oh my god! Fuck.
and if the Super League thing is back up and running, and I've even seen reports that Inter are not even in it anymore, then it would be the best time to sell the club. But I don't think people understand how in Italy municipalities and cities control the stadiums and the permits. It's like, have they not seen what happened with Roma and the previous owner? Like, he wanted to build the stadium. He couldn't get the approval from the city council, and then he got it, but then the mayor changed, and then the other mayor said no. So it's like it's an endless fucking you in the head cycle. You know, it's I don't actually think the new stadium is gonna get built. I don't actually think the Super League will happen in one format or another. The Super League
Okay.
will happen. I just think even if we're part of it, it's not going to get much better.
It's not. As long as you have people at the top that are not interested in running the club properly and building on what you already have, what's there to discuss? I think you're always gonna go in the same windmill, the same thing, win the league or go to the Champions League, be self-sufficient. And if you miss out on the Champions League, you're fucked forever. Like you're fucked for years to come. Players will leave. No one would want to come, and you just go into the same cycle over and over again. So I think that's the only solution as of now, and I hope that the sale goes through at least this summer for our sake.
If not, we're back in the loan plus option to buy era.
We're back into Banter Era 2.0, and that will be fun.
Stick
Hell,
along for the ride.
Actually,
We're gonna cover all the way through it.
who do we play this weekend though?
This weekend, I think we play Udinese.
We
Not, or did we just play them? We just played them.
on Sunday.
I'm sorry.
Saturday.
I was out drinking that day. We're playing Bologna away on the 26th, which is Saturday at 12:30 Italian time, which is 6:30 Eastern,
Yes.
4:30 West Coast.
Somewhere in the world.
So good luck to all the Americans having to get up real early.
What
Bon
are you talking
appetit to all of us eating lunch at that time. Sorry, what was it?
What's your opinion about the game, and what do you think it will happen? Do you think I think we should win that match, right?
Against Bologna.
Yeah.
Bologna are currently 8th, but that doesn't mean shit. They haven't won against any notable opposition.
This has been an amazing preview of the game. They're 8th. They have not faced anyone important. It's a football match.
Last time we won 6-1 against them. Last time it was 6-1 for Inter after they took the lead. I vaguely remember that match. With the form we're in, maybe a 2-0 win, just to keep it going. I think that this win against Porto tonight might light a fire under some players' asses and make them perform a bit better. I think Lukaku got a little bit of confidence today, scoring.
He just seems like a fucking different player than what he was, and I just cannot get my head around it. Like that seems like, how can you be so good? You leave the club, come back after what, a year, some months, and be so bad. It's
Yeah. I don't even know what happened with him, even injury-wise. In that 1 year, whilst he was in London, what the fuck happened to him that he's basically injury-prone now?
it's so baffling. Like he was like, we can go back and listen to the old podcast. It's like the only thing that was actually consistent throughout that season when we win the Scudetto is that he was always available and he was always playing, and he was playing 90 minutes and he was energized for 90 minutes. Now it's like he's the most injury prone player on the team. Like that doesn't happen in like what, 12 to 14 months. That shit just doesn't happen.
Yes. Medical experts, please enlighten us so we don't wander around in the dark. I really don't know what happened.
It will be fun just to watch the game. I think I want him to score in Bologna because that will be very, very good for the team in the last like what 2-3 months of the season. That will be a huge boost. Although I think, as you said, the Champions League spot should be secure by the as we go along, because that's not even debatable. The other teams are actually fucking dog shit. Not that we're good, but the rest of the teams are actually bad. I just hope that we can, play a good match and just win comfortably against Bologna, because when do we play Porto? The return match in like 2 weeks.
I think about 3 weeks, I think. So the Porto reverse fixture is on the 14th of March.
Oh my
So
god.
at that time we play Bologna away, and then 2 weeks later, Lecce at home, and then Spezia away, and then Porto away, and then we have
Juventus.
Juve at home.
Fiorentina, Juventus.
Yeah, Coppa Italia final.
Is it the
No.
fucking no?
No final. The semi-final. Sorry.
I was like,
Can we just talk about Coppa Italia?
oh fuck the other, the fucking other French football, whatever you want.
The other knockout games are between Fiorentina and Cremonese.
That's just funny. There's no word to describe that.
For this to happen, for Fiorentina and Cremonese to play against each other in the semi-final of the Coppa Italia, Cremonese had to beat Roma 2-1 and Napoli 7-6 after penalties. Fiorentina had to beat Torino, and Torino beat Milan in the round of 16.
That's not. That's just basically it's either Inter or Juventus, I think, for the Coppa Italia, right? Whoever goes to the final is
Should be.
pretty much winning the Coppa Italia.
To be fair, if Cremonese wins it all,
That would be jokes, actually. I
hope
wouldn't be
that-
mad.
That I wouldn't be mad, even if we lost against them.
Basically, they're going to. I think is that the Europa League spot? I think it is, right?
It is.
Imagine
Going to
Cremonese-
Serie B and to...
Imagine.
They're currently bottom of the
Oh
table.
my god.
They haven't won a match. They have not won the league match this season. 17 goals scored, 42 conceded, 23 games played, 14 losses, 9 draws, and a big fat 0 for wins.
This is not fucking serious.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's actually jokes. Like, imagine Cremonese going into the final against either Inter or Juventus, and they have an actual chance to go to the Europa League as a Serie B team.
I think as far as like the last 10 years goes, it's Leicester, and then it will be Cremonese.
I mean, that would be actually like I want to see that.
I want to place a bet on it now.
I'm not a betting man. Come on.
We're Balkan. It's in our blood. We're degenerates.
It's the culture.
It's the culture.
No, but
Going to
like
the Kladionica.
that will be actually interesting to see us perform in a format that actually matters. I think we've seen an Inter today that's very hungry, and I think we'll see an Inter that's even hungrier against Juventus, against a team that's on their on their back foot and actually standing a chance to win it all. For another Coppa Italia, second in 2 years, that's not something that Inter wins actually, and I would love to see that. Like gather every trophy we have.
I mean, obviously people are going to be against that. Matijajovic, hello, thank you for stopping by. He said, fuck that. Copa is the only trophy we can win this season.
Well,
Whilst yes, but at this point,
that this is actually not true, because we can win every single trophy because, as we said previously, it's Italy, so you never know what's going to happen. Maybe Napoli will be deducted 50 points at the end of the season for, I don't know.
inappropriate toilet cleanage at the stadium.
Oh my god. Or you can have, I don't know. I always go back to the point that we actually could have won the match against PSV, and we would go through instead of Tottenham. Instead, Tottenham actually went through, and they got to the Champions League final against Liverpool like years ago. Was it 2019, I think?
True.
So
if that shit Tottenham team could get to the final, why can't this shit team get to the final?
exactly. Exactly. That's the same thing. The same principle. Ian says, ciao ragazzi.
Do I?
Belfast. Northern Ireland, mate. Oh.
Northern Ireland.
Oh my god. Come on, you fucked up.
I didn't fuck up anything. I think the microphone cut out.
Ian, please text him in the DMs and don't hold yourself back.
I'm sorry.
The,
Balkan Warrior.
he has a fucking Ambrosio picture.
No.
Yes? It is
It's
Ambrosio.
Is this Adriano? Balkan
It's
Warrior.
Ambrosio.
Who's your
Right.
picture?
And Dino asked us a question, an FM23 question, by the way, a potential scenario, because this is not true. When you're losing to Wolverhampton 3-1 in FM23, do you get scared when you look at your friends list and see Dino winning 6-0 against Mighty Fiorentina? Well, no, because that's not going to happen. I actually used Como in FM22, and I was very close to winning the league. I got fucked by head-to-head matches. I don't want to talk about that. And that's why I deleted the game and started using FM23 from 101.
Zang. This guy right here. If he got Como to almost win the league, this guy right here.
Which one?
Thank you. Fuck's sake.
It's
Told you it was Adriano.
I don't believe that. He looks like Adriano is basically like B-Tech Ambrosio nowadays.
Respect Ambrosio. Respect.
To
be fair, I'm the only one crazy enough to rock D'Ambrosio apparel and profile pictures. So
I want to say you are. I think the word you're looking for is shameless, because no one in their right mind, even fucking his kids, don't wear his kids. They wear like, I don't know,
Milan kids.
That's actually worse.
Can we just talk about what happened with Icardi? My man is having a fucking great season at Galatasaray. Our strikers are in shambles.
Sorry. the main word here being Galatasaray, the Turkish Super League. May I add?
Exactly, Super League. I think that says it all.
He has
No,
9
but
goals,
like,
assists, by the way.
what does he have?
9 goals, 6 assists in 12 games.
Okay. And Lukaku and Correa combined have how much?
They don't have like 9 games played, let alone 9 goals, I think.
So what I'm saying is,
Hear me out.
run it back, baby. Run it the fuck back. Ship
I say-
Lukaku out with the first plane. Send him back to London. Give Icardi the number 90, and watch him do his magic.
Agreed. I wanted him this summer. I wanted him to Icardi back or hashtag Icar back. Something. Oh my god. That's it. You're fucking kicked out of the stream. Muted. You're muted, by the way. You have to unmute now. So everyone watching the stream can now see that Ian is actually muted by my side because of the opinion that he had. That's not even an opinion. That's a shambolic. No one can hear you, by the way. Now you're
Wow. It's good that you didn't hear what I was saying.
back. Yeah, I couldn't hear your lips, by the way.
I was saying something about Macedonia, but it's okay.
You're part Macedonian, by the way.
I know.
Mattia as important games for you for the rest of the season. Honestly, this year was a fuck all season for me when Inter was in question. I watched most of the games, even when I recorded back. I was not excited, if I'm being completely honest. The only excitement I got was in the Coppa Italia. When we're playing some interesting teams, and now in the Super Coppa, again in the Champions League, because Serie A has been shambolic this season, and I don't even want to comment on it. Ian can give his opinion, but this is Mattia's opinion. Porto's rematch, Juventus Super Coppa.
Before I answer that, you said we played some interesting teams in the Coppa Italia. You can't even remember which were those, can you?
No, but it's actually like for me to see. The point being not about the teams that we are playing, but the teams that we are using. Because when you play in the Coppa Italia, especially the first match in Coppa Italia, you get to see young players. You get to see players that actually don't play. You are excited to see those players. At least I'm. It's like a friendly match.
That was the first game Milano played, was it not?
Yeah, I'm not sure, honestly. Can't
Maybe.
remember it. But it's interesting to see players that don't play in such competitions that actually hold weight, and you actually get the crest when you win the Coppa Italia. Sorry.
True. To be fair, the most important matches, the ones that really could define the tempo of the season, is the reverse Porto fixture, playing in Portugal, protecting a 1-0 lead. They are without their vice captain. Otavio got sent off today for being a really good and poor shithouser. I mean, come on, dude. You're on a yellow. Do you really want to do that to get a second yellow? If we can win, or if we can progress, let's say it like that, I think that's going to do so much more for the team's confidence. Because imagine being so shit in the league and then just proving yourself that you can literally get to, then the quarterfinals of the UCL. I think that's going to light a fire under their asses, and they're going to start performing. Obviously, these could be famous last words, and the whole season could go to shit, like it normally would.
Probably.
Yeah, like it normally would. But yeah, obviously, the matches against Juventus are always important, season defining, because it's a derby. You can win against all the smaller teams, against the bottom of the leagues, against the Cremoneses of the world. But if you don't win against Juventus, was it really worth it? You know, I still remember when we won the Scudetto. I think we played Juventus after we officially won it, and I think we lost. And it's just not the same now, is it? You know. So I think for me, Mattia actually said pretty spot on. Porto rematch, semi-final Coppa Italia, and the final against Cremonese, and then the Juventus Serie A home games.
What do you want to say before we fuck off into the sunset?
Into the sunset. Sorry we've been gone. We will try not to go for milk and not return anymore.
I cannot promise that. If we keep on playing like this, we'll be on. If we be shit, or if we go out to the Champions League and Coppa Italia, I think this can be one of the last episodes of the season if that happens, if I'm being honest. At least from my side.
If not, I still want to do this thing. If it's okay with the rest of the guys, I'd like to just invite some couple of random people from the chat, talk about football when we can.
Everyone's invited anytime.
Everyone's invited anytime.
That
Drop it in the DMs. Let's make this happen, baby. Let's do it.
Thank you for joining us. Ian and I have been passionate about this game and about the episode so far, because we haven't chatted in a long time. We haven't heard from any one of you guys, so we'll be back on probably in the next week or so, because we can actually win a game, and it's gonna be fun.
Nice sentence.
The other side.
Shit.
Dumbass.
Oh. It's like I have arthritis. Ta-da.
Mattia wants to see us again, and Ian has the courage to say keep the faith. We will. Hopefully you'll join us next episode and actually prioritize us instead of other streams. Much love. Bye.